middle of the week day. So I wanted to jump on here and share with you the completed dry and wet felted basket or bowl. It feels like it's a basket, but if you're new to the channel, we create with all recycled materials, fabrics, and supplies. And if you're coming back, thank you so much for coming back. And working with these, and I'm going to share with you a few things I made with scrap fabrics in here. And organic fabrics, it's our way to give the earth a little hug. So I have this piece ready for exhibit. And before we do that, for those of you who love the little finches, let's see if we can get them on camera for a minute. They're getting much more comfortable. Yeah, little Mashuki and Umi, that's their names. And for bird lovers, they're absolutely just beautiful. They're very, very, very smart. So anyway, this is the bowl that I made, and I'm going to explain it and take a few pieces out and show you. So I'll hold it like this as I'm talking. So I was absolutely determined not to make a cornucopia. And I feel like it's right on the edge of that. So this is dry felted and wet felted. And the way that I did that is I first did my needle felting the way I generally thought I wanted the size to be. I wanted it to be shaped, the thickness of it, the colorations of the wool, all of that. And by the way, thank you for having a cup of coffee with me this morning. I hope you're having your coffee. I hope you're taking care of yourself. I hope you're putting your health first. Your mental health, emotional, physical, all of it. Be good to yourself. Okay, so now back to this. So what I did is I dry felted by needle felting first a very large circle, or what I thought about I wanted. I do not like the edges of a bowl like this to be even. My signature is unevenness. Asymmetrical, that's me. So with that, as I made the bowl, there were a few things I was thinking and just keeping in mind. One, I wanted everything in it to be of scrap fabric to some degree. Scrap fabric. And I meant some degree because I wanted other needle felted pieces. So organic. So what I ended up doing, and let me explain the most important part of this, right? The theme for this art exhibit is Earth's bounty. Now, because I didn't have a lot of time to create probably a piece to the intricacy that I wanted, I made the bowl, and then I made a few pieces, and I thought, okay, if I have anything else I can put in here that is what I think in line with the theme, Earth's bounty. Earth's bounty immediately made me think, yes, it's Thanksgiving, it's fall, cornucopia, but like I said, I didn't want to go with the cornucopia. So let me just show you a couple little things. So what this is supposed to be, is an interactive piece. So check out the bowl. What I did first, like I said, I needle felted it. From there, when I got my the roundness of it I wanted, and the thickness, then I, what you call wet felted it, okay? And I kept it really simple. I did not add detergent. Like I say, I don't like detergent being added to the wool pieces. I don't think it's necessary. These adhere beautifully, with water, and if you want to go cold and hot, whatnot. So I took it outside and I sprayed it with just, I would say, room temperature water. Okay, I didn't go to the extremes of cold and hot. And then I agitated a little bit with my hands, and then I took it and I wrapped and I rolled it in flannel, okay? And then I just kind of was tapping it a little bit on, like outside, not on the ground, but on the porch. Just a little bit. If you tap it too hard after you've rolled it and all of it, it too hard will make it bounce out. It seriously, it won't adhere as well as if you tap it gently. So anyway, I wanted the wet felted texture look because I just love that. So I got what I was looking for. Okay, so I just love the way it adheres. So then I was thinking of a way to kind of have a little handle to it. So let me just put these down. So this handle is wood. It's a natural piece of wood, and I just love, and I've always loved just the idea of taking for the lack of a better way of saying it, I just love the primitive art look. And when I speak of primitive, I'm talking before there were highly intricate methods of creating and following patterns. So whatever the person had in front of them, they worked and they did the best that they could. That's what I love to do. So that's what that is. That's a piece of wood. Now inside, what I did is I did free motion leaves, and I just went outside and got some real leaves. These are not real leaves. This is a sweater, and I put this. I cut them out, right, and I quilted. Just with using these two specifically are Boro Sashiko inspired. Aren't they lovely? If I had more time, I would have done more of these, like a bunch of them to put in this little bowl. So this bowl is, I'm calling it an interactive Earth's Bounty bowl. So people at the art exhibit can take out these pieces. They don't have to be afraid. And this is a needle felted apple. Again, this green is actually one of you out there will really remember this because I was talking to, she's a friend of mine. I was talking to her about making fingerless gloves out of this. And I went to make them and changed my mind. I love it. So this is part of a thrifted sweater. So I'm going to put these down. Yes, good morning, Mashuki and Umi. I don't know if they know their names, but this is, I think they do. Yeah. This is a mushroom. I just love the stem not being complete, Some of these you saw, but this one you didn't see. This is a pumpkin, needle felted pumpkin. And mind you, a lot of these I did in haste. So this is another little pumpkin. Okay, with the little, you see me using the green thrifted fabric. This you've seen probably a few times now, the mushroom. So this you haven't seen. This is, I don't know if you've seen this mushroom either. This mushroom is just kind of leaning in on a shell, and I just glued the bottom of it. Needle felted mushroom. But this was something I added to recently with the pumpkin and the apple. These are two little eggs. This is just too darn seriously cute. Look, these are the eggs. Now, who do you think inspired this for me? My little finches, of course. Yes, my little finches. You want to be on the video? Little Mashuki and Umi, hi. Yes, good morning. See, they speak to you. I love that. You could say good morning to a person and they will ignore you. You say good morning to your finches and they're like, hey, here I am. So anyway, I made the little nest out of twine. I just crocheted it. It was a very quick crochet, like 10 minutes. And then these were like a few minutes each. These were like 10 minutes each too. So this is like a half an hour. So anyway, that's what this is. And I put a little plum in here too. And this was one piece I had done. So I just worked on it a little bit more. So anyway, that's what this is. It is Earth's Bounty. I think it's just beautiful. I'm trying to figure out a way. I might put a cushion on the bottom to bring these up a little higher, because there's certain things I want the person to be able to see. Maybe we'll put the nest over here. Yeah. And I'll probably put a little cushion at the bottom. But I mean, is this just the most adorable? And it's so colorful. Now, you know, Earth's colors, just the natural earthen tones, are just spectacular by themselves. So, and then when I put the leaves in, so I'm going to put the leaves in here. This kind of really gives it a backdrop. And I like that it's interactive, because I like people to be able to see, I'll turn it this way, to be able to see and touch and feel things that are made from recycled materials and natural, and see how seriously strong and resilient these pieces are. They're not flimsy, they're put together well. But also it gives them, you know, look, they get to pick this up and think, oh my God, is that just too cute? And then they just pick up the little egg, and, you know, it just gives them a sense, it just stimulates their senses. I guess that's what I'm thinking. So anyway, with that, I thought I would share this before it goes into the exhibit, because that's where it's going. And the other piece I'll be picking up, I'll share again with you. And that piece is the polar bear at crossroads. And we'll be talking more about that piece, because that piece is very close to my heart. So I'll be picking that up, and I'll be looking for more exhibits to participate. If you are an artist, try to get out there and share your passion and your thoughts on what it is that you want to get out, you know, share with the world, basically. So with that, I hope you have an absolutely beautiful day. I thank you for being with me, and I send you love and light. There we go.